Good morning and welcome to Zen Fits here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world. So, this is a beautiful day. Good lighting here because it's cloudy, even had a little bit of snow. And there's no, see, I'll show you, this is in the foyer, and there's my front door. And when the sun's out on the front porch, there's a big light. I have to hang something up there to keep the light from blasting out my face. So when it's cloudy out, my lights here are, I don't know, my table lamps here create a nice light. As a photographer, a retired photographer, I'm aware of light and how it frames the face and everything. Anyway, I digress. The title of this talk this morning, which usually springs from my first writing, usually I'll go onto Facebook in the morning and I'll be empty, I'll nothing, and I'll sit there and somebody will have commented on something I wrote, and I'll begin to write a response, and the next thing I know, I've got to talk. And so then it's a rolling game from then on. So let's talk about that. I think I was talking about recently maybe the difference between active and passive meditation. Now, passive meditation, and I get this inspiration from Albert Lowe. Everything I talk about usually is inspired by the writings and talks of Albert Lowe. And he talks about everything else, so everything inspires me. It's not just him. But so passive meditation, in my experience, is that you are instructed to meditate in order to be awakened, or in order to have realization, or in order to improve your personality, or in order to fix yourself, or in order to feel better, or in order to be healthy and improve your immune system. Or in other words, people have different reasons for meditating, and so there's a means, so the mean meditate. Well, it's like you take the medicine, So if things are not working out, so meditate more. So passive meditation is where you prepare a space. There's instructions for this. You prepare a space, maybe in your bedroom or in the house, where you just meditate, just like you have a toilet where you just crap, and a kitchen where you just cook, and a TV where you just watch TV. You have a place for meditation where you just do that. And you can sit on a cushion on the floor, or you can sit in a chair, which is I do, because the older you get, the less, the more distance the floor gets. If you don't want to go there because you never get up. Anyway, prepare a space, prepare a cushion, have a little shawl, something you use just for that. You don't wash it, so you keep the vibes in. Of course, you get clean before you go there. You clean yourself before you go to meditate, so you clean your body, and then you have a little practice. Maybe you light a candle, maybe you do a little chant, maybe you put a little picture of a sunset or something that inspires you, a guru, a picture of a deity or something. But it's a little altar, and you sit, and you have a little timer and say, well, I'm going to sit for 20 minutes, no matter what, or whatever time you want, and you just do that. And when you sit, it's advised to focus on your breath. Just allow the breath. Don't control it. Don't try to give it a rhythm. Don't breathe deep in. You just relax the breath and let the mind allow the breath. So the breath becomes your center. And then you can allow thinking to go by like geese going south. Thinking's coming in, quack, 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 quack. You don't go, oh, where is that? Oh, they're going to Miami. I think I'll go to Miami right now. And the next thing you know, you're in Miami at the beach. And then, oh, I'm meditating. Shit. And you come back, you remember the breath, So the geese go by, quack, 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 quack. And it's our habit to follow them. It's our habit to follow the geese that flow across the mind. Where are they going to go? That's more interesting in this place. This is boring. Nothing's going on here. Something's going on in Miami. I'm going to go down there, go to the beach, have a party. And, breath, come back to breath. So you get this little game going. The geese come by, and the geese may bring a feeling with them. The geese, the thought geese, may always have a little feeling with it, So the geese and the feeling come by, the geese come from quack, 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 quack. And you say, well, this is no good. What am I doing this for? This is stupid. Nothing's going on. Got no use for it, I'm going to go get some coffee and have some breakfast, just do something. Okay. But the game of the passive meditation is to be actively passive. In other words, you're going to sit no matter what the geese say. You're going to sit no matter what the feeling says. So this started with me. Actually, there's two. It's getting hot in here. I'm having a hot flash. I'm still doing hormone therapy for this prostate cancer, so I get hot and cool, hot and cool. It's like a pump. Maybe the energy comes from this talk, from the hot flashes. I don't know. Anyway, so the practice. We're trying to get a little frame for the practice here, and it starts out with I'm unhappy, I'm dissatisfied, something's wrong with me. What can I do? Well, you can meditate. Oh, okay. So then now I've got something I can do. So we want to do meditation because people say, oh, it does this and that and this, that. So I want some of that for myself. So I'm going to meditate. So now I have willpower. I've got to make an effort because the mind doesn't want to meditate. The mind likes its habits. The mind is like a record player with grooves in it. The record player doesn't want you to take the needle off the record player because there's no music. The music is in the habit, So we want to keep the needle of awareness in the grooves of the mind, which is our habit, our karma, you see. It's imprinted there not only by our society, but by humanity itself and our childhood and our parents. And everything goes into imprinting our clay of the mind with grooves. Today's Ground Hog Day, so this groove is a Ground Hog Day. Keeps repeating itself. Play it again, Sam. Why? Because the mind thinks, well, if you take the needle off of the mind, there won't be any me. You see, there won't be any security. There won't be any refuge. There won't be any comfort. There won't be any comfortable music. Oh, I like that, you see. So the mind, and if you notice about a groove in the record is like this. So the needle plays both sides, right? This is yes and no. Up, down, good, bad, valley, crest. Everything comes as a V. Everything comes as a groove of opposites. And the needle plays both sides. And put some, I don't really know this, I'm just imagining it. Sounds good. So the needle of consciousness plays both opposites, which are contradictory. Notice how these two fingers. This means that's the one. This means fuck you. You put them together and you got some music, you got consciousness. You got a world. But the world is a Groundhog Day. The world, we live in a world and they repeat itself. We do the same, I do the same things over and over again. The same mistakes, the same habits, the same little patterns, the same games. I remember in the 60s there was a very popular book called The Games People Play. A game is a rut. A game is a pattern. A game is a Groundhog Day. Life is a Groundhog Day. Good and bad, but we don't see it because it's always playing between opposites. Today it's good, tomorrow it's bad. Right now I'm up. The next moment, it could be the next moment or the next day or the next week, I could be down. And each time I'm up or I'm down, I think, oh, this is forever. Oh my God. You know, like kids, like teenagers. They have a fear. Somebody disses them at school and they think it's forever. I'm ruined for life. I'm going to be like this for life now. Nobody will like me forever. You see, everything is forever. And we mature and say, oh, get over it, get over it. Just let it go by. All things will pass, you know. But at the same time, everything doesn't pass. Everything in consciousness is Groundhog Day because it's playing between pairs of opposites. Just like on Noah's Ark. Everything comes in pairs of opposites. So Noah's Ark is boy do I roam around, I swear. Noah's Ark is a metaphor for the mind. Everything comes in pairs of opposites. Everything is yes or no. And what is above or beyond the pairs of opposites? We don't know. You have to take the needle off the record. But when you're locked in habit mind and Groundhog Day, don't take the needle off the record. Because then the record, you see, the music is our consciousness. So we think consciousness is a song or a world played on a record of Groundhog Day. A repetition of patterns, of habits, you see, that come in new forms. In new forms. You see, now if the song is the same, we say, well, I've heard this song before. But life is always changing. Life is impermanent, said Buddha. So the song is always new. It's always fresh. But at the same time, it's the same old song, you see. So it's the same old song. Play it again, Sam. It's the same old groove, but it comes in new contexts, new situations. So we're deceived. The illusion, the deception is, oh, well, this is new situation. This is not the habit. This is not a path. This is not a record. But then at the same time, we have the deja vu. It says, oh, this is familiar. Seems like I've been here before. Seems like I've done this before. You know, the cartoon where somebody's in the desert and they're lost and they oh, here's some tracks. I'll follow those tracks. And the next thing you know, oh, now there's 2 people here. Now there's 2 people. I'll follow. Oh, wait, now there's 3 people here. I'll follow. Oh, wait, there's a crowd. Oh, there's a crowd of people. I'll follow them. Groundhog Day. So, how do you get the needle off of the record? And if you get the needle off the record, what's there? Well, let's get back to meditation, if we can. So passive meditation, basically in my experience, is just sitting with the record. The thoughts coming by, quack, 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 quack. The feelings coming by, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know, you just sit. And then after your 30 minutes or your hour or whatever you do, you go back to the Groundhog Day. You go back to the habit world. You go back to the same eras over and over again. The same feelings over and over again. The same, it's going back to an amusement park, you know, the same roller coaster over and over again. How did I get on this? I vowed never to do this again, and here I am doing it again. Going back to that, you see. So you got 2 worlds here. You got the sitting and just watching the quack quack and the feelings go by, not moving, not going with them, not criticizing, not judging, not saying, oh, this is stupid. That's just another quack quack. So whatever goes by, you see, is a quack quack. And you may get up, you may go with a little bit, but oh, that's a quack quack. So you come back to the breath, you see. So there's that practice, which is passive, I say. And when you get up, you go into the world, which is a big quack quack. You go into the world, which is kind of like an amusement park ride. And you get back into the same feelings, same thoughts, same behaviors, but always in a different way, you see. It's like we're always seeing it for the first time, but at the same time we're seeing it as a Groundhog Day. Now, what happens, this is what happened in my life, I'm just describing my experience. If you meditate, no matter what your body mind says, no matter what the world says. For instance, I would go, if I went to visit relatives, go visit my sister-in-law, and my family never took any stock in my meditation. They really never, well, that's just what Ed does, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go sit in the living room. I bring my little sheepskin, and I bring my little cushion, and I bring my little robe and my shawl, and I would go in the living room in the dark and sit there and meditate, usually for an hour. I didn't have a timer until my brother-in-law got up and made coffee. And then I would roll up my stuff and go get dressed, you see. Nobody would say anything. That's just what I did. Go on a trip in the motel. I get up and meditate in the motel. Go sit in the bathroom somewhere, find a little private space. No matter what I did, I get up and meditate. It's just what I did. Didn't do anything for me. I got no experience out of it. I got no end out of it. I got no, oh, wow, I feel so good. It's just what I did. I don't know why. But this really happened to me. It used to be, when I first started with yoga in 1970, I was told to meditate by my teacher. So I did it for my teacher because I wanted to be awakened. I wanted to be realized. I wanted to have the truth. I wanted to be at peace. I wanted to be at ease, you see. So I do that, But then after a while, after years, decades, I wasn't any better. And I began to question, what is this? And I would say, the hell with it all. I'm just going to do my job and drink scotch and watch movies and eat steak, and that's it. So anyway, so I go through these cycles, So anyway, for some reason, in 2005, I was up at Yogaville to take my daughter up there, and suddenly meditation kicked inside of me like a fetus in the womb. Something kicked. Something was alive. Something was alive, and I wanted to meditate no matter what. So my meditation really began in 2005 when I wanted to meditate for no reason. So meditation came and got me. Because I guess I'd gone through some kind of transition. I don't know. But there was this intention that was always there. This intention to awaken, the intention to be real, the intention to know the truth, the intention to be aware was always there. So anyway, I guess what I'm trying to wind this up is that the passive meditation is important because you have to do it for no reason. So if you can sit through what the use is this? If you can sit through the families not either criticizing you, or the community's criticizing you, or your friends saying, what weird stuff is that? What's a Buddha? If you can sit through that, not fault finding, not saying, oh, I'm really special, but you just sit, you just do that, there will be a transformation. Something will happen under the current. And what happens is that meditation will flow into your day, into your Groundhog Day. The world and its habit, which in the beginning is different from your little meditation, which is a pure light, so to speak. So the world is clarity. The world is Groundhog Day. So at some point, if you persist, if you stay with it, you can get through this, what Gurdjieff called the Great Gobi Desert. If you can get through this desert, this dark night of the soul, where, oh, what the hell is this? What use is it, you see? If you can get through that, then the light of meditation will spill into your Groundhog Day. And you will begin to see through the Groundhog Day. You will begin to see through your habits. You won't leave them, but they will become transparent. And they'll become a great big joke. Your Groundhog Day will become a Laurel and Hardy routine. It's going to be full of laughter because you see the joke. What's the joke? There is no Groundhog Day. Thanks for dropping in.